Good morning, and thanks for joining me for this special celebration of our December 2020 Husker graduates. In normal times, your faculty, family, and friends would be gathered at Pinnacle Bank Arena for our formal commencement ceremony. It's always my favorite time of the year. In fact, the University of Nebraska has celebrated commencement with a formal ceremony nearly every year since 1869, with very few exceptions. One of those commencement cancellations was, believe it or not, during the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic. Back then, as now, we didn't let world events get in the way of figuring out other ways to recognize the great accomplishments of our graduates. The pandemic forced us to go virtual for both our May and August graduation celebrations. And once again, here we are online as we wrap up a most unusual year. Today, we celebrate the accomplishments of our December 2020 graduates with an historic milestone to report. With about 1,400 degrees being conferred today, the total number of our degrees that the university has granted now tops 300,000. Think about that. 151 years, more than 300,000 Husker graduates. A proud milestone to be sure. And speaking of pride, this December, I want to give a special recognition to the roughly 300 graduate and professional graduates whose grit shines through in labs and classrooms across campus. We're required to delay our special graduate ceremony and doctoral hooding, but it can't be overstated how important our graduate students are to the very success of this university. I can't wait until we are back to some semblance of normal, so we can again celebrate in person. So we sincerely invite all graduates to come back to your alma mater and join us at one of our future in-person ceremonies at Pinnacle Bank Arena. You'll get to walk across the stage, and we'll be giving special recognition to the remarkable and resilient class of 2020. In the meantime, we invite you to share in the celebration on social media using the hashtag #GoBigGrad. No question, it has been a challenging year for all of us, but I could not be prouder of how this class rose to the challenge and showed their grit as everything changed. We asked a few 2020 graduates how they made the best of the situation.
I felt like I was just thrown in all of a sudden to a new environment. My only recital I have for the degree was planned to be in April. Every single professor found a way to get as much of a personal experience as when we were together in a classroom through Zoom, through video. It was such a great experience, and I think they went well above and beyond with trying to really make things personal, really make themselves accessible, even in such a difficult time.
So I was an RA, or resident assistant, and then all of a sudden the dorms needed to close after spring break. I had 48 girls, which was pretty much a full floor, and some of them were international. I had a couple girls from Rwanda, I had people from Malaysia, I had people that were really going through it because they can't go home. And then they had that worry of being homeless. I talked to the director of housing and I asked, because I was nervous once we consolidated, I'm like, I've been telling my international students that they're always gonna have a place to live. What's happening? And he even told me, Krista, there's no way any student will become homeless.
I felt like everything was just kind of catered towards the student. My professor, she was really good about checking in with her students, being flexible with deadlines, and having the personal relationships with each one of her students. And having that two-way communication, like going back and forth to the point where it's like you wanted to perform well in the classroom just because you knew your professor cared. And once you add that into the equation, I mean, that's like some of the best learning I've had so far.
My studio professor kind of went above and beyond before this whole pandemic started. Made himself available to us at all hours. And so we kind of thought this might stop, but instead he kind of set up this unlimited office hour situation. And then you just could pop in and out of a meeting with them, check in. It was always just really, really helpful. Sometimes you don't think that's, a professor would go so far to make sure everything's going right for you when things may not be going great for them either.
They really looked out for me and cared about getting to know me and being able to help me succeed.
I feel like UNL handled it really well. Everyone knows Harvard, and I'm not trying to throw them under the bus, but I am, because they kicked their students out and they had nowhere to go.
People actually want to get to know you. People actually care about you, and that's a reflection of the students. That's a reflection of the faculty and staff. That's a reflection of the professors at UNL.
I'm so glad I'm at Nebraska because they looked after their students, and there truly is no place like Nebraska.
Our staff is working hard to get diplomas delivered by mail in the next couple weeks, but by now, all graduates should have received a small gift from your university. Staff has worked behind the scenes preparing and mailing celebration boxes to each of our December 2020 honorees. Depending on your degree, you'll find a mortarboard or TAM, a letter from me, plus some other fun ways to celebrate your accomplishment. I hope your box adds a little joy to your family festivities. As the celebration continues, let's hear from our state and university leaders.
Congratulations on your graduation. I am so sorry that you cannot do the traditional graduation ceremony. But we all understand you're living through historic times. You'll be able to look back someday and say, remember when? But in the meantime, just remember, go Big Red.
Congratulations to the graduating class for December of 2020 here at the University of Nebraska at Lincoln. On behalf of the faculty and staff and our entire administration, I want to just say how proud we are of your incredible accomplishment in finishing your course of instruction during this most unusual time in our world history. We don't know exactly what the future holds, but whatever it's going to be better because of your accomplishment. We look forward to everything that you can do.
Congrats. You are now graduates of the University of Nebraska. Because of it, your life will be full of opportunities that are beyond your comprehension. Go Big Red.
Congratulations, graduates, you've earned it. On behalf of the faculty of the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, I wish you all the best as you take what you've learned and use it to make a positive impact in the world. We're all cheering for you. Go Big Red!
Congratulations. Your achievement today has been built on years of dedication and hard work. Good luck as you pursue your future. We wish all of you success in the years to come.
Congratulations to all graduating today. This was certainly a year of unprecedented challenges, but you made it. On behalf of the Husker community, we are so proud of you.
Many of today's graduates have been part of classes and events here in Howard L. Hawks Hall. It opened as the new home of our College of Business in 2017. But if you go back about 70 years, a business student from Omaha was making a big investment in his future by pursuing his Nebraska degree. Mr. Warren Buffett graduated as a Husker in 1951 and went on to become one of the world's most successful investors. Today, at age 90, Buffett is Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Berkshire Hathaway, a diversified holding company. He often proclaims his love of this state and our university. I had the great pleasure of speaking to Warren by telephone from his home in Omaha. In our conversation, he has wise advice for our graduates as he reflects on life and learning.
Hello?
Hello, Warren.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Never better.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to visit a little bit. You know, we've got another important graduation coming up, kind of a unusual time that our students are graduating in, but they're excited to be finishing their undergraduate and graduate degrees with your alma mater. You were here, Warren, in the late 1940s, early 1950s. And graduated in the class of 1951, and I know the university has had a big impact on you and on your life. So you might just start out by saying what are some of your best memories of your time at the University of Nebraska?
I enjoyed every minute of it at Nebraska. I mean, I don't think they could quite believe it when, after 2 years at the Wharton School at Pennsylvania, I said, I want to transfer to Nebraska. And I came back, and the education I received at Lincoln, Wharton had this big reputation, but I had terrific professors there. They not only imparted knowledge to me, but just the rapport and feeling I had with them. And I would say this to this current year's class: I would love to trade places with any of you. I mean, they feel they're going out into an uncertain world and all of that, but there's never been a better time.
Yeah. Warren, is there a particular professor that you might fondly recall from that time when you were a student here in the College of Business?
Well, there were two of them that I really, not only that I learned a whole lot from, but I just had a good time with. And I've always liked accounting, and I'd taken a couple of courses probably at Wharton before I came, but Ray Dean was the best you'll ever see. And accounting is the language of business, and it made me proficient at something that was absolutely vital for the rest of my life. And I had the edge on lots of business school grads around the country because I had Ray as a teacher. And of course, Doc Elliott's class was absolutely fascinating. He was probably the most entertaining teacher, while at the same time delivering important ideas to you. Those two particularly stand out in my mind, but I would say this: there wasn't a teacher I had there that I really didn't feel good about.
So Warren, I believe it's true that your parents met here at the University of Nebraska. And what were their majors, and how did they come to meet, if you don't mind telling that story?
Yeah, no, I owe my existence to the University of Nebraska. It doesn't get much more fundamental than that. Yeah. No, my dad was at the Daily Nebraskan, and he was editor at one point, and my mother actually, her father went to the university as well, but he had a small paper in West Point, and she came to Lincoln, and she was very interested in math, but she also went in to get a job as a reporter at the Daily Nebraska, and then met my dad, and that was a lucky day for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A group of students from the university who came to an investing, little get-together I have with students a few years ago, they brought me the nicest book in the world they could have given me. I never would have dreamt of it. And it had the front pages of the Daily Nebraskan for that period.
Yeah.
My dad. I've gotten a lot of nice gifts in my life, but I don't think I've ever gotten a nicer one than that. Now, my dad told me story after story after story about university days at Lincoln.
So Warren, you mentioned that you'd love to trade places with our graduates today, that even though this is kind of a strange time, but what advice would you give to our graduates in general today? What might you say to them?
Yeah, and I would give them the same advice at any time, that you want to look for the job in life that you would take if you didn't need a job. I mean, somewhere out there, you'll find the right. You won't necessarily find it on your first job. I mean, you got to make a living too. Mm-hmm. But don't settle for anything eventually that's less than working for a company you admire or people you admire, and really the job, if they had no need for the money, it's still the job that you jump out of bed for in the morning. And I've been lucky enough to have one like that, and I can tell you that there's just nothing like that. It doesn't work anymore. It's actually something that you look forward to every day, and you won't necessarily find it the day you get out, but it is out there, and they should look for that, and they should be prepared for it, so that the person they're looking to hire them wants to hire them. And And I would say that's what's very important, and that is developing communication skills. I mean, you've got to be able to write well, and you've got to be able to talk well, and just fill your head. I mean, it is such a wonderful time in life to have every day end up knowing a lot of things that you didn't know the day before. And the students I've seen from Lincoln, I mean, they're just outstanding. I mean, that makes me very encouraged about the world. It makes me very bullish on the world. They're going to face different circumstances all through their lives. I mean, they're going to get, you just think of the surprises in my life, you know, whether it was the Great Depression or World War II, or, you just go up and down. But at the end, you've got a winning hand. I was so lucky to be born in the United States, and I was lucky to be born in Nebraska. I was lucky to have the parents I had, and I was lucky to get the education I got. And you go out with a winning hand. Now, that doesn't mean that every single day is perfect. The world isn't that way. But try to think of another country where you'd rather be. Try to think of another era in which you would rather exist. I don't think you can do it. I mean, the opportunities, what they're going to see in their lifetimes, too. I mean, it's a marvelous life ahead of them, and you're going to have vicissitudes, and, you have sometimes you have health problems in life or something of that sort. But there is nobody I would rather be than a young person graduating from the University of Nebraska today.
Well, I'm sure they're glad to hear that too, Warren. Our students have a lot of years ahead of them, and I heard you say just a minute ago about cram as much knowledge as you can in every day in your learning. What's your best advice for our graduates on how to keep learning throughout their life?
Well, there's nothing that beats reading, and you want to have an inquisitive mind. And, people say to me sometimes, if you could only have lunch with one person living or dead, who would you pick and all that? Well, the truth is, by reading, you can have lunch with Ben Franklin or every great personality in the history of the world you can, in fact, have a very long lunch with. And the luxury of having the array of ideas that you can be exposed to through reading. So one of the family said one time I was a book with legs, basically, and it's fun to learn. It's fun to learn, and you're off to this great start. You probably made friendships, during your life there at school. You've learned the possibilities of this world, and just keep going.
So, Warren, as you look back over these many decades of your professional career, what advice would you give to our graduates today for measuring success? Measuring it in business, measuring it professionally, measuring it in life?
That's the ultimate question. And I've known, by the age of 90, believe me, I've known a lot of people who got very rich and their lives were not successes. I've known people who very famous in their activities, not successes. I have never known anybody who got to the age of 70 or so and had all of the people love him or her that they wanted to have in that position that ever felt like anything but a success. If your children, if your spouse, if your co-workers, if those people at age 65 or 70, having seen what you do with them over a lifetime, if you have the love of those people, you are a success. I've never seen anybody that felt anything but a success if they had it. And I've seen loads of people who had maybe more talent, more money, more fame, but if they didn't have that, it was very hollow.
Well said, Warren. Well said. Sage wisdom for our graduates of 2020 from our most famous alum at the University of Nebraska, Mr. Warren Buffett. Thank you, Warren, for being with us. Appreciate your words of wisdom for our graduates today. The NU Coliseum is an iconic campus building. Today, students have access to its polished hardwood floors for intramural sports and other campus recreation activities. But the Coliseum hosted many years of sold-out volleyball games until Husker volleyball moved to Devaney Sports Center in 2013. We actually celebrated commencement here beginning in 1926. Over the years, the ceremony has been held at various other locations, including outdoors by Memorial Stadium, the downtown Pershing Auditorium, and Devaney Sports Center. With record enrollments in recent years, our graduating class outgrew even Devaney. So these days, in normal times, we hold ceremonies in Pinnacle Bank Arena. It offers more than 15,000 seats for family and friends.
Hello everyone. As a proud alumnus of the University of Nebraska, I'd like to congratulate all of you on earning a degree from our wonderful institution. Good luck to everybody in the future, and go Big Red.
I want to wish you congratulations on this amazing accomplishment. You should be very proud of yourselves right now. I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Go Big Red.
Hi everyone, Eric Crouch here. First of all, congratulations. A long journey that's well deserved. I wish you all the very best in your future endeavors, and go Big Red.
Hey guys, Jordan Larson here. I just wanted to say congratulations. I know this situation isn't the most ideal, but you guys did it, and wishing you all the best and success in the years to come.
Class of 2020, congratulations on graduating. Enjoy these moments, have fun with it, but prepare for the next endeavors in life. Go Big Red.
Hello fellow Huskers. I would like to send my dearest congratulations to you all for becoming Husker graduates. Though we cannot be together to celebrate your successes in person, I hope you all can take a moment to appreciate the monumental accomplishments you all have made and how it has prepared you for the next step in your journey. Be proud, and welcome to the family of Husker alumni.
Well, congratulations to all of you graduating seniors. I know this is a little bit of an interrupted process for you, but this is the end of a very significant journey. So congratulations on your accomplishment. It's a big deal, and we want to make sure that going forward you guys have a great experience in the rest of your lifetime, and you're proud of your experience that you had here at the University of Nebraska. Congratulations.
I often reflect on the outright grit that our founders had to have to establish this university in 1869. The first Chancellor, Allen Benton, planned the original 4-block city campus and purchased this land now known as East Campus. And during the 151 years since, we've never stopped growing. On city campus, phase 1 of the College of Engineering's project is well underway, and in the footprint of Mabel Lee Hall, construction continues on a modern replacement building for the College of Education and Human Sciences. It is scheduled to be completed in 2022. Back here on East Campus, the renovation of the Nebraska East Union is now complete, with fresh new student spaces and the newly refurbished home to the national champion Husker bowling team. And you'll recognize this 54-year-old library from the outside, but the interior might surprise you. We're putting the finishing touches on a total renovation of the building now called the Dinsdale Family Learning Commons. C.Y. Thompson Library will occupy the lower level, and the Engler Agribusiness Entrepreneurship Program will also move in next semester. It seems Nebraskans are always looking toward tomorrow. How lucky we are that the state's flagship land-grant university has helped generations experience the transformative power of higher education. There are a lot of people here who continue to build on a bold vision started in 1869.
Congratulations from the College of Architecture on achieving this milestone in your life. There has never been a more important time to use your education to affect a positive world. So go Big Red, go Big Grad.
I want to congratulate the students graduating today with a Bachelor of Science degree in Criminology and Criminal Justice. I urge you to take what you have learned to make our society safe, fair, and just.
Congratulations to you on this wonderful achievement.
This is a special moment, and we applaud all of the hard work that you've done to get here. On behalf of everyone in the College of Arts and Sciences, we wish you every continued success. Go Big Grad.
In our grit, our glory. Snow Big Red.
Congratulations to all our graduates. You worked so hard to get to this point. You can now look to the future and lead the future of business. Go Big Red and go Big Grad.
Hey Husker graduates. The past 2 semesters have definitely been unusual, but you've persevered with the grit and resilience that's the hallmark of a Husker. Congratulations. We are proud of your accomplishments and look forward to seeing all you will do in the future. Go Big Red.
Kastner graduates, you did it. Congratulations on reaching this important milestone. Go Big Red and welcome to the Kastner alumni.
Congratulations, graduates. You're off to great things. Go Big Grads and go Big Red.
Good morning to all our graduates, both our veterans as well as our ROTC graduates, and all the graduates in general. Congratulations on this momentous occasion. Go Big Red and go Big Grad.
Hey Huskers, go be great leaders. I can't wait to see what you're going to do.
From all of us in the Hickson Lee College of Fine and Performing Arts and to all of our graduates of 2020, go Big Red and go Big Grad. Congratulations.
On behalf of the entire College of Engineering, congratulations to our December graduates. Now go do big things.
Congratulations to the College of Journalism and Mass Communications class of 2020. You worked hard for this moment, and we are so proud of you. Congratulations. We cannot wait to see all you will accomplish. Go Big Red.
I want to take this opportunity to congratulate all of you on your graduation, especially our veterans, cadets, and midshipmen in the crowd today. This is a tremendous accomplishment, and we wish all of you the best of luck. Go Big Red.
At Nebraska, we're proud to have students from every state and more than 100 countries around the world. Our international students bring to campus an amazing richness of experiences and culture. In fact, American students often tell me how their world has expanded thanks to friendships with our students from abroad. Members of our global community want to extend a special greeting.
To all of our international students, we're so glad that you chose to make Nebraska your second home. Your presence has truly enriched our campus, and we're so proud that you will forever be a part of the global Husker community.
Muraho Huskers, hello Huskers, what an amazing 4 years together.
Congratulations Husker graduates and go Big Grad.
Thank you, UNL. I love you.
These columns originally stood at Omaha's Burlington Railway Station. During remodeling, they were shipped to this very spot on our campus in 1930. They framed the original campus gates, which were part of an iron fence that surrounded the entire city campus until 1925. Through these old gates have passed generations of Husker alumni. Let's hear from a few now.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. I wish you a successful and fulfilled life, in spite of the uncertain times in which we live.
To each of you graduates, savor the moment. Congratulations. Your future is bright. Go for it.
Congratulations, graduates. Go Big Red.
And I am challenging you to be a leader, innovator, and risk taker to make a positive impact on the world. Your aspirations will evolve, and that's okay. You have the education to make a difference.
Congratulations, and welcome to a global community of Nebraska alumni making a difference in our world.
Just because you won't be walking across the stage doesn't mean that you can't march out and take on the world. How you handle adversity says so much more about you than any ceremony or celebration. And if that isn't enough to put this all into perspective, just remember that this also means that you get all of the cake to yourself. Congratulations on your accomplishment, and go Big Red.
Nothing pleases me more than watching as our alumni leverage their education to find success and impact in life. And now you're joining that proud family. Here with a special welcome is Shelley Zaborowski, Executive Director of the Nebraska Alumni Association.
Congratulations, graduates. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the Nebraska alumni family. Your college days have come to an unexpected end, but you're joining a supportive community of nearly 200,000 alumni living all around the world who are proud of all you have accomplished. For the rest of your lives, you are Nebraska alumni, and I encourage you to stay connected and engaged with the university as you go forth. The path for your Nebraska experience was paved by those who came before you. It now becomes your privilege to pay it forward to the next generation of Huskers through your gifts, not just of treasure, but of time, talent, and experience. As a way to say welcome, I'm proud to offer each member of the graduating class of 2020 a complimentary one-year membership in the Nebraska Alumni Association. You can claim your membership online at this website. Then, as an Alumni Association member, you'll see the many ways you can stay connected to the university and to other Huskers. You have much to offer our alma mater, and your continued involvement is critical to Nebraska's success. Once again, congratulations. Welcome to the alumni family.
We've reached the finale of today's virtual celebration. If you have your cap nearby, now's the time to get it ready. As I put on my academic regalia, let me tell you a little bit about it. Academic costumes date back to the 12th and 13th centuries, when universities were taking form. The ordinary dress of both students and teachers was the dress of a cleric, long gowns probably for warmth in unheated buildings. In the modern era, gowns have symbolic meanings tied to sleeve lengths, stoles, hoods, and colors. Our ceremonies culminate with the turning of the tassel on your cap. The tassel before graduation is on your right, symbolizing your times as a student here at the university. When moved to the left, you're identified now as a University of Nebraska graduate. It's now my honor to confer your degree. By authority of the state of Nebraska, vested in the University of Nebraska's Board of Regents, and upon recommendation from the faculty, I am pleased to confer upon each of you a degree from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, according to your particular curriculum and course of study, with all of the associated honors, privileges, and responsibilities. Now, to make official your status as Husker graduates, I've asked an old friend to help us out. On my direction, I'll ask you to move your tassel from right to left. Class of 2020, please turn your tassel. And with that, you are a Nebraska graduate. I can't wait to see you back on our campus to participate in a future commencement ceremony or just to visit your alma mater. Although everything's disrupted, we're glad there's one thing they can't cancel: your bright future and impact on the world. On behalf of the entire Husker community, congratulations, graduates in the class of 2020. Stay safe, be strong, and as always, go Big Red.